Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. And yes, we're in a different place. We're over at Reflect Automotive Detailing. My mate Dan has got a Porsche GT3 RS. GT3 RS, sorry, I stand corrected. This was absolutely filth. In the Fiesta video I popped up to take a look. He's washed it and decontaminated it. He's done no polishing yet. He's got a lot of work to do, but the customer wanted the spoiler repairing. All the lacquer's failed on it, so they asked me if I'd do it. I gave them a quote and they accepted. So got a lot of work to do. Apparently this is quite common on these Porsche spoilers, where all the clear coat fails. It's not an easy job to do, and it's quite a worrying job to do because they're about 4 or 5 grand, maybe more, aren't they, for a spoiler like this? So yeah, it's not really cheap. They're definitely not cheap either which way you look at it. So I'm over here now, going to remove the end caps, try and remove the spoiler, and we can get it back to ours, start the prep work, and hopefully resurrect all these issues. So yeah, I'm going to chuck you on a little bit of time lapse. We're going to start stripping this down, being extra careful not to damage anything, and hopefully everything will go smooth and it'll be alright. So yeah, see you in a bit. We're back after losing more footage with this goddamn GoPro. I've never had so much grief changing over to this GoPro 9. I just put another brand new memory card in, keeps coming up, error, memory card, error, this, that, the other. Yesterday I was losing footage and it's been playing up again this morning. I'm absolutely getting peed with it. Hopefully this is recording properly and we won't lose this footage. But yeah, we're back over here. We've got the spoiler. I've got it on one of my panel stands. I've got my sanding trolley out so we can get started. Normally I wouldn't use an interface pad, but because of the contours of this spoiler, I'm thinking I'm going to put a little foam interface pad on my sander before we start. I'm probably going to start sanding this with a bit of 320 and we'll work our way up from there. Let me get set up and we'll crack on. Right, there we go guys. So I put my interface pad on, my sander. We've got some 320 grip to start off with. And I've been having a look at this carbon where the lacquer's peeled off. And you can see here, I did explain to the customer, that's actually chipped through the carbon. That is the carbon chipped. I said to him, I explained, as I would with anyone with any kind of carbon, with these kind of problems, I've got to sand all of this off, and there may be some kind of defects to the actual carbon itself. Obviously once it's smoothed and what have you, it might look a lot better than it does right now, but you won't see it straight away, but you'll probably see it through the clear coat if it's bad. So I had to explain that, just to cover myself. But yeah, that's an actual chip in the carbon itself there. So we'll try and do the best we can. Let's crack on. Let's start sanding this down. See you in a bit. Here we go, after many hours of sanding, all of the gel coat is removed up to sort of here, halfway. It's an absolute nightmare, but we're getting there. We're halfway through, and I definitely underquoted this job. But yeah, I'm not going to carry on time-lapsing loads and loads and loads of sanding. It's kind of pointless for you lot. But yeah, I'll crack on. And when we get to the juicy bits, I'll cut back in. And yeah, we'll try and make this one look as nice as we can. It's going on a nice car, needs a bit of love. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Now you're out of time, never measure up. You'll never be enough. People say you're tough love. You should just suck it up and think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. You say that you're fine, but now you're out of time. Out of time.
Finally, that's all of that removed. You can see that chip a lot better now. What we'll probably do is touch that in with a little tinsy bit of black before we clear coat this. Yeah, loads and loads and loads of sandpapers. That took forever. That was an absolute nightmare. I've got to do quite a bit more work still. A lot of up-gritting and smoothing it all off and getting it ready for clear coat. I've got to try and feather the edges in for the underneath and sort the back out. But yeah, we finally got there. Let me crack on and I'll see you in a bit. Here we go, that's the back all buzzed down, ready to rumble. All we got to do now is this chip. We just want to brush a bit of paint in. What I've done is just spray a little bit of aerosol, satin black into a little tub there. I don't want to paint it to be black, if that makes any sense. I'm putting the smallest amount on. I just want it, I'm going to rub a bit more of that off. I just don't want it to be white, if that makes sense. We just want to try and make it a little bit better than it was. Don't want it to be too much. It might work. Rather than clear coating over that and it just looking white and standing out like a sore thumb, the tiniest little bit of colour on there. It could be see-through, it ain't a problem, but as long as it's not white and in your face. So I'm going to start getting cleaned up, get ready. It's going to be a bit tricky trying to clear inside all of that lot, but I've got no other way of holding it, so that's what we're going to have to go for. So yeah, let me get cleaned up. I'll see you in a bit. That's it, we're all ready to rumble, all cleaned up. I'm just going to degrease this one more time and tack it off. Everything's been cleaned down, jet washed all the floor out, had the heater on, and yeah, I've even got my Michelin Man suit on. You know what's going to happen. Every time that you go OTT, because you want a clean job, you get loads of crap in it. So, let's see. Got my clear coat knocked up. I'm just going to go panel wipe that now and tack it off and we'll get cracking. See you in a bit.
got you by my side. Tell me you're ready for the ride. You know we're gonna make it last all night. So let's just take our time. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Clock is ticking, time for the weekend. Work is coming to an end. I got my eyes wide open, savoring the moment, trying to breathe it all in. If I could slow down the clock, I would. When I'm with you, I just feel so good. I can replay every single night. So for now, let's just take our time. Now that I've got you by my side, tell me you're ready for the ride. You know we're gonna make it last all night. So let's just take our time. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. So let's just take our time. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Tryna breathe it all in. Tryna breathe it all in. All in. Clock is ticking, time for the weekend. Work is coming to an end. I got my eyes wide open, savoring the moment, trying to breathe it all in. If I could slow down the clock, I would. When I'm with you, I just feel so good. I can replay every single night. So for now, let's just take our time. Now that I've got you by my side,
done. A few little dust nibs as to be expected, but this is all getting flat and polished. It's going to look lovely. It didn't have a lot of orange peel before, so I've done it so it didn't have much peel. Try and find that damaged bit. Can't really see, but that's the little black bit that we touched in rather than it looking white. Can't really show underneath unless I tilt it back up again. Yeah, that'll do. Quite happy with that. It come out nice. Carbon fibre does look nice when it's all shiny and lovely. So there we have it. That's going to make it look a lot better than it did on the car anyway. By the time that's fitted up and I'll flat and polish that, it'll look lovely. Probably chuck it on a car. I'll get some pictures of it when it's on and flat and polished and looking well. But yeah, that's what I've been up to today. So I thought I'd film that, show you guys. I know some of you are interested in the paintwork stuff. Yeah, as always, massive thanks for watching. We'll see you very soon on the next one. Stay safe and be lucky.